Yeah, shalom, and welcome to another installment of Elders of GMS. Today's topic is going to be entitled Tommy Sotomayor, the response. Today's date is April 27, 2013. Last week, we did a regular series that we do. And it went up on the different sites, on the YouTube page and on our main page. And I had made a reference to Tommy Sotomayor, which a lot of us watch. We just found out about this dude. And we had made a reference at him. And then he came back and he had said that he was humbled by the fact that, we mentioned his name. We showed his picture and everything. I mean, we don't really know the guy. We just watch him just like people watch us. And, based upon his comment, I came to the conclusion that he'd be watching our videos. And there's a lot of those guys that watch our videos. And what he did was on his page, his YouTube page, he had put up the part, I think it was part 2. He had put the whole part, which is like 10 minutes long. And he basically said, he was humbled by the fact that we mentioned his name and all that. And that basically gave us a whole another audience, So on the comment board on his page, and he gets a lot of hits. He got one page where he got 8 million hits. That's a lot of hits right there. Which, I mean, if he commercialized that, put commercials on that, man, he got a big audience, man. And basically what he gets into, he gets on the black woman. I mean, he tears the black woman down, man. And you know what? Rightfully so. Black woman ain't shit. But once you understand, see, all he knows is that the black woman ain't right. She ain't shit. And he gets on her. And like I said, rightfully so. But if he had the understanding of why they did what they did, he wouldn't be as mad, because that's part of the curses. That's part of the curses. Part of the curses, we're Israelites. I'm pretty sure y'all heard of it. Heard of us, excuse me. We're Israelites, and we're the men of the Lord, all right, based upon the scriptures. We're the prophets based upon the scriptures, because anytime a society or a system was set up or a kingdom was set up, before that major kingdom went down, there was always a prophet to prophesy against it. Like, for example, when you go to Daniel, the 2nd chapter, Daniel, the 7th chapter, the whole book of Daniel, he was a prophet to during the time of Nebuchadnezzar, and he basically said that you're this great kingdom, there's going to be another kingdom that's going to follow you, there's going to be another kingdom that's going to follow that kingdom, which the second kingdom was the Medo-Persian Empire, the third kingdom was the Greeks, all right, and the fourth kingdom, which is the last kingdom, was the Roman Empire, which there's a second part to the Roman Empire, and we're living in the time of the Roman Empire, which is known as the acronym NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization, and the EU. You see all this stuff in the news about the EU and about NATO, and the U.S. is a part of a member of NATO, which they celebrated in 1999, 50 years of NATO being in power. So the UN is locked into NATO and the EU and the money system, like the IMF, which is headquarters in D.C., but it's a department of the UN when you look it up. You have the World Health Organization. That's a creation of the UN. And out of the World Health Organization, although they're not going to tell you, is the CDCP, which is the Center for Disease Control and Prevention out of Atlanta. And they featured that organization in the movie, what's that movie? The Contagion, all right? So that's the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire was vast, so the Roman Empire is back all over again under a different name. So this second Roman Empire, or NATO, the EU, the UN, the so-called white power structure, which is led by Esau in the Bible, the so-called white man, they derive from the Edomites. They stem from the ancient biblical Edomites. And we're at the end of this thing. When the scriptures speak about the end of the world, it's speaking about the end of Esau's world, the end of the so-called white man's world, the end of the U.S., which is also known as Babylon the Great, that great city. That's why we were brought over here to serve slavery for almost going on 400 years. Because we're still slaves to this day. We were never set free. We were emancipated. We were never set free, though. Because if you are actually set free, you would go back to where you're from. And we're not from Africa. Even though we were brought over here against our wills. Give me that in, was that Joel 3? We were brought over here against our wills to serve slavery under this devil. So now the time has come for the Most High to come and deliver us and to destroy this damn place. And Barack Obama, you so-called Negroes, which you are all Israelites, the majority of you put this monkey in the office, man. And he hasn't did not one thing for you, man. He kisses the so-called Jews' ass. He helps the Arabs. He helps everybody except his own people, man.
Oh, wow.
Go ahead.
Hey, Elder Dog, I just throw this in there. You said he kisses the so-called Jews' ass, which he does. Now, early this morning, when I got home, Elder Ramla was playing a video, right, with the so-called Jews was cursing Obama out. Saying, fuck Obama, you haven't done nothing for the Jews, and they're talking about them white Jews. And the Amalekites, they were cursing him out. They don't like him. But he kisses their ass.
He gave him 70 billion. Was it 70 billion to was it Iron Dome? That was that missile shield program against the Arab military, against missiles. And you're still getting billions of dollars a year. Who built up your military? The state of Israel is nothing but a welfare state. If the U.S. stopped giving you aid, you would be dead. All right?
Joel chapter 3, verse 4. Yea, and what have you to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coasts of Palestine?
This represents these Arabs. When you go into Tyre and Zidon, the original inhabitants of Tyre and Zidon were Canaanites. Zidonians. Those were Canaanites. But as of late, the Arabs are in that land right now. The Palestinians and so forth. Go ahead.
Will you render me
and the so-called Jews. Go ahead.
Will you render me a recompense? And if you recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head? Verse 5 now.
No, verse 3. Go to verse 3.
Verse 3. And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot.
You know what? Start at the top. The key point is in the third verse, but start at the top.
Joel chapter 3, verse 1. Behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
Now Joel is a prophet that's prophesying the downfall of this society. He's talking about what's getting ready to happen. I'm pretty sure you ran across a movie or read a book or went to church and heard the term, the Battle of Armageddon. Armageddon is this nuclear war, this third world war that's going to take place in the Middle East that the U.S. military is going to be a part of. And that's the way the Most High is going to bring this society down. And not just the U.S., but all these other European nations and these Arab nations and these the so-called Chinese, because the Chinese think that they're going to be the next great rulers. The next great rulers of this society, of this world, of this planet, are the children of Israel, which are the so-called Negroes, West Indian, Puerto Rican, Haitian, Dominicans, the people of North, Central, and South America of Indian and Negroid descent. Those are the Israelites. Those scum rats over there in the land of Israel, those are Edomites. Those are not the people of the true people of the Lord.
and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations.
And that's why you got some Israelites living in Haiti. You got some living in Sicily, in Italy, in Rome, in Scotland, in Ireland, in England, in the Americas, in Canada, in Mexico, in